The science of agriculture, the land, the seeds, and the man.
Agricultural survival.
They have represented me with the worst image, but I know without a doubt that it's because of your lack of knowledge. Foresight, they don't have to see distance. That's why they're living in ignorance.
The man.
I Selassie, I say, any country that use.
Hi, I'm your host tonight on What Matters at the Roundtable. Stanley West McPherson, May the 30th, 2017. This month is out of here. Yes, we're on Pegasus. We're live on Channel 13, Time Warner, Cable, Spectrum. Yes, we're live, 7:30 in the studio. You can call us. You might have something to say, or you might want to get in on the discussion tonight. Area code 607-272-0319. But if you missed tonight, you can pick us up on Wednesday night at 9 p.m. or Thursday morning at 10:30 a.m. or Sunday at 3:30 p.m. But you can catch us live tonight. And if you want a link, a direct link to the show, you can catch me rounding about, or my number or my email, and I'll send you a direct link to the show. And you can be on it. You can watch it anytime you want. We have Seneca from Turkey. This woman is from Turkey, and she's at Cornell University, and she gets a direct link. We also have one of our crew members in London. Yes, Irene. We send her a direct link to the show, and she watches it. Also, Roy from India. He gets a direct link every week to the show. And we have Jacob's cousin, Chase, and he's in Lebanon. And he gets a direct link every week to the show. And we have people that gets a direct link all over the world, like Kimberly in Texas. No matter where you at, you can get a direct link. So it doesn't matter what, where, what globe, not in this country, don't worry about it. In Quebec, hey, Canada, you can get a direct link. Doesn't matter where you at. So you can watch the show anytime you want. So I'm going to my shout outs, and I'm going to Chelasway. She's got CM Honeys, and she is truly a honey. She's from the Bronx. And her name is Chelasway, and she's on Spectrum. You can get all her features on Spectrum. She's got Chocolate Models, 31 issues. She's on Spectrum, and you can get it on Time Warner Cable. Okay? So don't get it from me, get it from her on Spectrum. She's got Straight Stunning magazines. She's got issue number 45. She also has dealing with the Looney Tunes on Saturday morning. Children have cartoons, they want to eat breakfast. Sometimes they run right to the tube before they go get breakfast. And she might be on a cereal box near you. So this is dealing with Looney Tunes. She also has two new things out, and one is Straight. She's doing great. She's #1 in the industry at sexyassladies.com. She's got a new video out, 20 minutes. You can pick that up in June on Spectrum. She also got her anniversary, 10th year anniversary of Straight Stunning magazines. This is her 10th year in that industry, and guess what? She's doing good, and you can get it on Spectrum. You also can get her #1 in the industry. She's doing good. We also have shout outs for Jackieat Sally's. We saw her over the weekend. We also have shout outs for Askley and Jean and Larraine. They did our facial, and also Anna. Okay, so these are the shout outs we have for the mall, especially Jean and Larraine. They did our facials, and we was mighty proud about that. Also here with me, co-host Milton Webb. We have 2 special guests that came with us last week, John and Skyler. They're back here with us again this week.
Hey,
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
Good, good, good.
Going on, everybody?
Skyler, hi. So we know we had people pondering on what we said last week, and well, you know, sometimes we get feedbacks. You know, sometimes I email. You know, that people they'll see the show and they'll say something, or maybe they might ask a question or something, or maybe they're involved with immigration and they need help. You know. And so, you know, sometimes I like to get feedback and, you know, to give them a good response, you know, a good vibe when I talk with them, you know, trying to give people help, what to do on, you know, staying in a position and staying here and knowing what to do, how to stay here when ISIS is coming after them. You know, the immigration, custody, enforcement, you know, they look at the name they got, you know. They taking on a name that the bad guys is using. You know what I mean? You can't really distinguish the name. You got ISIS and then you got ISIS, ISIS, and then you got ICE, you know, but they both sound the same, you know. So who is the terrorist in here? You know what I mean? You carrying people out of here, throwing them in unmarked vehicles, or the other guys coming over here hurting people. Which one of them? You know, hey, you know, y'all got the same name, and y'all basically look like, hey, you know.
I mean, I'd say ISIS is the terrorist.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, you know, but see, this is how you rationalize with this thing, because you're saying you got people, you know, you got ICE doing. Throwing people in unmarked vehicles, getting them, boating them out of here, not giving them a chance, and the police can't do nothing about it, okay? The mayor got to stand still, you know, and people, they out of here. So I'm like, yo, who's going to do something about this, you know?
Nobody.
Thank you.
Because of the simple fact, if you're in a town and the mayor can't do nothing about what these people are doing, the police can't do nothing about what these people are doing. So who do you call? That's the whole thing. Who do you call? And who was the person that told them that they can do that? So that's who you need to talk to. You need to talk to their director if you can ever find out who it is. So, you know, they like to send these people out and have them do all of this stuff while they sit in the background taking all the glory and all the everything. But these people out in the street grabbing these people, throwing them in vans, taking them to concentration camps or whatever you want to call it, because, you know, that's what they used to do to them. So what makes you think it's any different now?
Exactly.
So, I mean, you got people fearing for their life, man, because of the simple fact you got a guy that's been here for 15, 20 years, own a house, got a good job or got a job, you know, raising his family. Then all of a sudden they come up and tell you, hey, you got to go. Get in the van. Or they're manhandling you, throwing you in the van. I mean, what kind of stuff is that? Now, I mean, when it comes right down to it, where do you draw the line?
That's true.
Who do you talk to? Because what happens when you get a mistaken identity? Because that happens all the time.
That's right.
So, you know, I mean, what do you do then? Who do you talk to? Because now all of a sudden these people got you. Who you gonna tell that you're not that person?
Yeah. That's right.
But gentlemen, we have to be very clear though. We know why the police aren't doing anything. It's because the police are the law enforcement. And so when illegal immigrants come over, they're breaking our laws. So, I mean, of course the cops are going to want to do something. You know, overall, our society is being brainwashed by globalists that think that, you know, everyone can just come right over without being properly documented. And this is the problem. We need to watch who's coming in, and we need to secure things up so that illegal people aren't able to come into the country. So, of course, the police aren't going to do anything.
Yeah. But here's the catch. They're not messing with the people that's trying to get over here illegal. They are messing with the people that's already been here 30 and 40 years already, trying to tell them, hey, you got to get out of here, you know. But the ones that's trying to get over here, you know, that even trying to hurt somebody, harm you because something happened in the past, or maybe your country did something to their country. Yeah. They the ones are coming through, and they ain't thinking about them.
Yeah, it's a difficult situation because you on one side you got to say like there's people that are trying to come into the country, and obviously we talked about last time, the immigration system needs to be reformed so we don't have massive amounts of people coming here illegally. But I mean, if you are here and you're not here legally, and you're benefiting from a system where also legal citizens are at, you know, there does need to be some sort of, not necessarily like I'm not saying a harsh punishment, but there needs to be, you know, if we have laws on the books like that, there needs something needs to happen. We need to work it. We need to figure out a way in our society to work it out somehow, you know, because if you go to another country illegally, you know, they would kick you out.
That's right. That's right. They'll kick you out, or they'll know about you coming in from the beginning. You know, they automatically know that, hey, you don't belong here, or do you want to stay here? You fill these out, or if you don't, then you go. But it's not where you stayed there like 30, 40 years, and all of a sudden now we coming up to say, hey, you got to go. You know, it's right then and there. You know, not 30 and 40 years ago, we just forgot about them. Now, all of a sudden, we mad at them, so now we want them to get out of here.
So it sounds like you're referring to the statute of limitations, where you're saying, hey, they got in illegally, but it was 40, 60 years ago, so just kind of leave them alone.
Yeah.
Their crime is expired.
Thank you. Exactly.
Okay. If you're gonna overlook a person's visa, all right, and you don't mess with them for 20 or 30 years, the problem is what? The problem is whose? Person that overlooked it, or the person's visa that ran out?
Yeah, the person that overlooked it. You overlooked this stuff.
All right, so now, how you gonna mess around here and tell this person, all right, we can't renew your visa because it's dead, you know, and you should have renewed, when all in all, you should have sent that person a letter and said, hey, look, your visa's up in a couple of months, you need to come and renew it if you're gonna stay here or if you're not. And that's the way it is.
Yeah.
The immigration is not sitting up here looking at, you're illegal.
Exactly.
You're illegal, but you're not illegal now, but you'll be illegal next
exactly,
week.
Exactly.
You know, you can't put one person over here and then put another person to where it's got to be, well, we're going to check you out.
That's right.
You don't
But
want
we're gonna hold you in contempt.
You don't want a double standard, is what you're
right.
saying.
Yeah,
right.
exactly. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, if you're going to enforce a certain policy, you should hold it across
All the way
board.
around the board.
Yeah. I agree with
Thank
that.
you.
Yeah.
Don't do it just when you want to get mad. You know, don't do it when you get mad.
Yeah.
You know, when this is what's happening. They getting mad, so now they say, oh, well, we want them to go. So we focusing on a profile or certain people. But when everything was peaches and ice cream, you know, 30 years ago, 20 years ago, you wasn't even talking about throwing nobody out. Now all of a sudden you coming down, you get mad. Oh, too many people in the United States. Oh, it's not enough money to go around. It's enough money to go around for everybody. You know, look, they cutting $9 billion from school, education. You know, they cutting all kind of stuff. They stealing money. They wanted to go here. They wanted to go there. They got, everything. Oh, pork, fats. Let me put it under here only just for my state and not for their state. They're crazy.
And I also think the hypocrisy too is really outstanding. Like, for example, there was a speech that Bill Clinton gave in 1995, And it was very similar to a speech that Donald Trump gave during the election. You know, and you can say what you want about Donald Trump, but a lot of people were calling him like the next Hitler. But the same reaction wasn't given to Bill Clinton. So I think whether the politician is a Democrat or Republican, we need to, if you don't agree with someone's view, you gotta hold them to that. You know what I mean? I see a lot of situations where people will pick favorites. You know,
Yeah.
Hillary Clinton has a very similar foreign policy to the likes of George Bush. So
Okay.
you know, there's just the situations like that where there's a lot of hypocrisy with
Yeah,
immigration that I
of
notice
course it
within
is.
politicians.
Of course it is. You know, they say one thing and they do something else. You know, but what the only thing that Trump is doing is that he is not holding the sword. You know what I mean? Means that he's not sparing it. If you do wrong, you're out of here. You know, you see what he did to the director of the FBI. He says, you're out. You know, so they thought that everything was peaches and ice cream when he got in there because he's, you know, one of them. But he let them know that, no, I'm not.
Now, a lot of Democrats wanted him fired, though, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so he's saying, you gotta go. And so now, you know, that have not been done for a while. And don't forget, Maxine Waters and all them was getting on the directive, telling them, saying that about those girls in Washington, all them girls, 9 girls was being abducted, and in the Capitol, 9 girls was being abducted, and you not doing nothing. You the FBI, you the chief, and you ain't doing nothing. So see, it's just coming back to him, and Donald Trump gave it to him. You know, got him out of there because he wasn't doing what he was supposed to be doing.
And it's always just ironic because it seems like, you know, whatever decision Trump makes, he's criticized for it. I mean, look at Barack Obama. You know, he deported and ripped so many families apart.
It was 3 million. 3 million.
3 million?
3 million?
It was 3 million.
3 million people were sent back over under President Barack Obama when he was our president, and it was just like, wow, you know, what is this? So we have a president that deported more people than ever before. So I think that shows that illegal immigration is probably spiked. It's definitely going up. And he also started the Muslim ban that happened in certain countries over in the Middle East. So Donald Trump continued some of the policies that Barack Obama did, but now we hear about it because it's Trump doing it. Or like, you know, John alluded to, you know, Comey. Oh, everyone wanted him out, you know, during the election. Oh, he's trying to sabotage Hillary Clinton. Well, now Trump got rid of him about 100 days after he was elected. Now, all of a sudden, why would he do this to Comey?
Right.
Oh, this is such strange timing.
It seems like rather than people being principled, they're just trying to play politics. Like they do what they say and do what's convenient for them at the time, but they don't have an actual principled position on Comey or immigration.
Exactly. And basically, it's coming around to say that, you know, you've been in office long enough, and you haven't been doing what you're supposed to be doing. Okay, so basically, what it is just going around in circles. You know, you reap what you sow. You didn't get caught for it back then, but you got caught now. Okay, so now he's got the hammer. The hammer came down on him, and you know they up in air about that. You know, but when you was doing all your stuff out there, you was doing wrong, and that it was all good. You know, nobody fired you, nobody didn't touch you. But sometimes, you know, that's how the hammer comes. That's how it come at you. It comes when you least expect it. So that's, you know, and now they want to impeach Trump, get him on obstruction of justice, talking about he wasn't supposed to do this or he didn't have no authority to do this. But you see what I'm saying? But it was all right when the director was doing what he was doing.
Right.
So now you going after Trump, and you know, oh, you don't like what he was doing. But don't forget, a lot of people wanted this director fired.
Right.
FBI fired before, but nobody wouldn't do it. So now he comes in and do it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now it's a problem.
Yeah, and I definitely don't agree with everything Trump says, but it just seems like in this case with Comey that this is more of a political witch hunt.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like they're just criticizing it because it's Trump, not criticizing it because they have any in-depth opinion on the matter.
Exactly, because they really don't. They don't have no leg to stand on. You know, he knew why he fired the guy. He knew that.
Yeah, but he ain't telling nobody.
Thank you.
That's the whole thing. And he know why he got fired too, and he ain't telling nobody either. So, you know, you got to sit there and look at it. It's a mutual thing going on there. So, you know, a lot of times in politics when people get fired, the public never knows why.
True.
Or, you know, or what was the reason you did what? You fired him. Why did you do that? You know?
Right.
But it never comes out and nothing's never said. Maybe about 3-4 years down the road, then all of a sudden something's said about it. But, you know, it's too late to act on it.
Yeah.
It's too late to do anything. So you fired the man for what? Because he was doing your bidding. Now all of a sudden you let the man go. That's like telling the kid not to eat the ice cream and you come back and the box is empty. You know?
I understand that logic, most certainly, especially if there's someone, like say in Trump's cabinet or one of the officials close to him, if they're doing something illegal or they're affecting the American people, the people do deserve the right to know.
That's right.
But you know what, at the same time, you know, if he fires someone, you know, we don't have to know everything. You know, if I got fired from a job because I didn't pass a drug test, that's no one else's business but mine.
Right.
So at the same time, as the president, he doesn't have to justify every single decision.
Exactly. Right. Exactly. You know, but the whole thing about it is the people want to know because they thinking it's something more to it, and that's why they want to know because they want to maybe add more to it. You know, and so they want to know more about it and. Well, let's find out why, and let's find out what he did and what's his side of the story, you know. But it was all good when he was doing wrong.
Well, you know, you got.
They didn't bring no side then.
Well, you know, you got to look at it like this here. There's 3 sides to every story. His side, the president's side, and the truth.
There you go.
So therefore, you know, when it comes right down to it, which side are the people going to believe?
Right.
You know what I mean? Where they going to draw the line at? Because if Trump fired the man, the man did something to get fired. All right? If he didn't do anything to get fired, then Trump shouldn't have fired him.
Right.
All right, so now, when the people are sitting up here looking at, well, I want to know why he got fired. Well, maybe it ain't, like he said, maybe it ain't the people business to know that why he got fired. You know what I mean? And it may not have nothing to do with the people.
That's right.
All right? It may have something to do with him and Trump. So therefore,
exactly. It might be personal.
Yeah, don't put it out there like that.
Yeah, it might be personal.
So, you know,
It might be personal where it's a gag order, so it's hush hush. You know, it doesn't go beyond here. Okay, it don't go out here. It stays here. You know, and they want to make sure that it don't get out to the public because maybe it is detrimental. Maybe it is something that it will set fuel to a fire. So we don't know.
You got to remember, fires burn wildly. Okay, so you can't mess around. The public, like you say, the public don't need to know everything because sometimes if you tell the public one thing, the next thing you know, by the time it gets back around, you know, that story done blew up 1,000 times.
Yeah.
So maybe it's good that they have not to say anything about why he got fired or whatever because, you know, it don't only take that much to start a panic.
That's true.
And, you know, once people start panicking, it don't make a difference. If you fall, you get trumped on.
Yeah.
And the bottom line is, well, I didn't mean to step on her head. Okay, but you did. All right? So don't tell everybody everything. That's like, you know, you don't tell everybody your wishes and your hopes and your dreams. So, you know, they're not going to put it all out there like that because you never know how it's going to turn out.
Yeah, that's true. That's our time. We out. You see how the time goes, time flies when you in a discussion. And sometimes that, you know, it's so much that
He said keep going.
we like, it's like, yo, we can't,
We have 5 minutes.
we can't like rush things and we can't go far as where somebody can get, you know, misconstrued. They could take what we're saying out of context. So what we're going to do is that we're going to leave it right here, and you make your decision on what you think should happen. We just giving you the info. We're not casting no stone at Trump, at nobody. All we're saying is what happened, it happened, okay? And we're not going to take it any further than that. what is done is done. And we want these young men, John and Skyler, to really engage with this conversation because they have a lot to put on the table. And also, we're going to try to get them to come back if they feel like it, because we are not finished with this. And we have more. We have the living wage to deal with. Some people are talking about the minimum wage, but we're not talking about minimum wage. We're talking about a living wage. And a living wage is getting people more money. And so we know we out of time right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to save this and ask them, can they come back next week? And we can start with our living wage. So I'm going to go right to our call out, our shout outs to the women. We're going to sexyassladies.com. She's got something new out, and we want to make sure that it's on Spectrum, that you get it on Spectrum and nowhere else. She also got out 10th anniversary, Straight Stunning. This is out, this magazine is out on Spectrum, Time Warner Cable in May. So this is already out and you can get it. Go right on Spectrum and get it. Also, we're dealing with the Looney Tunes. Saturday morning breakfast, the children, they'll run right to the tube before they go get breakfast. And guess what? She might be on the cereal box near you. Also, she's with Straight Stunning, issue number 45. And guess what? You can get that on Spectrum with Straight Stunning magazine. She also got Chocolate Models, 31 issues. And you can get that on Straight Stunning, Time Warner Cable. Also, CM Honeys. She is truly a real honey. And her name is Chelasway from the Bronx. You can go on Spectrum. Don't get it from me. Get it on cable. Spectrum. We also have Sally, Jackieat Sally's, and we want to give a shout out to Askley and Jean and Anna and also Larraine. Okay, and we just want to let them know from the mall that we're giving them a shout out. And we can give you a shout out too if you let us know. So we'll see you next week, and stay tuned for more of this immigration ISIS nonsense.
Put up the gun and make we farm up the ground. Gonna see from what here, too much blood a run. Put down the gun and make we farm up the ground. Them say global recession so food happy in a ground. Put down the gun and make we farm up the ground. Me have to return to St. Anne's and left Kingston. When you plant a new crop, the world start clap. All human beings start embrace that. There is no solution in this pollution. Them only mission is to create era than then. After election, them cut them one. Get a use. Take this message from this Rasta man.